Hi and welcome. My name is Bill Ganz. We're coming to you live today from Kenton Worthington's house here in Draper, Utah. Welcome, Kenton.
Hey, thanks, Bill. Nice to have you here.
Well, this is a really neat opportunity for me to be able to sit down with Kenton and really talk one-on-one with the questions. I've been involved now for a couple of months, and I've gone around and told people and talked with people, and I wanted to take a minute to ask Kenton a couple of questions that everyone asks me. There's 3 questions I keep hearing. Would you be willing to do that?
Absolutely. It'd be my pleasure, Bill.
Well, this is going to be fun. So number 1, when I talk to people after having been in the industry for 25 years about Nu Skin, they say, isn't that an old company? Isn't that deal was going off 25 years ago? But the truth is, I just went to the recognition weekend last weekend. There was hundreds and hundreds of people on stage. As a matter of fact, there was 6 hours of recognition domestically. Then I'm going around and meeting all these people. We're traveling all over. Tell me about that. Isn't this an old deal? Wasn't that yesterday? How could that be with what I'm seeing?
Well, you know, Bill, the recognition that you sat through are all brand new people, first of all. I mean, if I'm sitting there, I remember I went to an event years ago in 2003. That's when I started with this company. It was 18 years old, almost 19 years old. I remember sitting in a recognition event very similar to that, but it was top-level distributors, you know, in our comp plan, Blue Diamond, Team Elite, hour after hour after hour of these people. And I sat there going, I was thinking the same thing.
It was the longest thing. He said, come to this black tie event and you'll see it for the weekend. And so we showed up, 6 hours of recognition. I was like, there's not only room for me, there was room for several hundred people to go across the stage.
Yeah, it really is incredible. I thought, and one of the questions that comes to my mind, is there a place for me?
That's right.
You know, if you're sitting in the back of a 25-year-old company that most people perceive to be old, and I hear that all the time as well, you know, isn't that an old deal? And the assumption there is that you can't make money.
Right.
And you know, Bill, I don't think being old is a bad thing. It means certainty, it means proven in the marketplace. You know, in network marketing, we usually take our thinking caps off, we grind them up into the grinder, we just spit everything out, and we're like, oh my God, I want to get into something that's brand new that has hardly any chance of making it.
Total risk.
Yeah, oh yeah, I'm going to risk all my contacts, my integrity. As my father said, you only get one name. I'm just going to grind that up and spit it out and hope that something lasts. You know, is this an old company? Compared to what? New York Life Insurance is 160 plus years old. They continue to grow year after year after year. The real question, I believe, there is there a viable opportunity? Is there an expanding market? And I've got a watch here that maybe you guys can see, and you'll see this. I was given this recently on a Team Elite trip. That's the high-level distributors in our company got together. We were in Hawaii, and Truman Hunt, the CEO, was talking about our company's vision of going from 1 billion to 5 billion.
Sure.
Now this has been something.
Startup companies don't have this conversation.
Yeah, no, everybody wants to be the next Nu Skin. We're going to be the next 0 to 1 billion. The odds are pretty sad against that. It's more than one. I mean, it's less than 1 in 6,000. 1 in 6,783, if I'm right on that. But it's pretty bad. You know, you got bet. Yeah, it's pretty high risk. You don't want to go and grind up all your contacts. You might as well go and bet everything in Vegas.
Yep.
So this watch. The CEO gets up and he says, listen, we are hearing the mantra in the field that this company's going to go from 1 to 5 billion. Anyone knows anything about our company, they're highly conservative, they're well planned, well thought out in everything that they do. We're one of the top performing stocks on the New York Stock Exchange. We've got a Dun & Bradstreet 5A1 rating. They don't just throw out stuff.
Yeah.
Okay,
that's tough to achieve.
Yeah, it is, very much so. So this watch, if you can see, has 2 numbers highlighted in Nu Skin blue. The numbers 2 and the number 5. And they're significant of this. As we grow to 5 billion, we'll be paying out more than $2 billion in annual commission.
Wow.
When I joined this company, you know, in 2003, maybe they were paying out 400 or 500 million a year. Last year, just over 580 million. And so to answer the question, is this an old company? Yeah, we've been around for 2.5 decades. Compared to New York Life Insurance, it's a baby.
That's right.
Looking at where we're going, the real question is there opportunity? Ask yourselves this. Would you rather be on the train ride of 0 to 1 billion, where most crash and burn and die? Or would you rather be on one that's going from 1 to 5, which is what our plan is? We have the ability to do it. We've got a proven opportunity. To me, Bill, it's just a lack of understanding. You know, people just don't really know all of the facts surrounding who Nu Skin is,
sure,
what we're all about, and where we're headed.
You know, that's so often that people make stuff up. I call it MSU. And in this industry, nowhere bigger do people MSU facts. So you'd say, here's a successful company. I'd rather join this one. Yeah. And they say, put in all your relations, all your data, all your contacts, and let's just go out and do it. And if we make it, that's good.
Yeah. Do you know
I don't think I want to place my reputation on put it all on red.
Do you know how many times I've met with people in this very living room right here, got them excited about network marketing, helped educate them about leverage, and then they say, wow, this is great. They come back and say, guess what? We found a brand new deal. We can get the top of the deal. We can make a bunch of money, and you could be the first distributor. And I think, oh my gosh. You know, I mean, that's great. Look at
Let me start over and throw away all of my success. The interesting thing I've seen with Kenton and his brother Richard is they are real builders. They have spent the last 7 years building primarily internationally. And the interesting thing is I've come in on this new push, which they're calling their domestic U.S. launch. They're building back at home now in the domestic U.S. 2010, we are in a depression. We are in something greater. I'm nearly 50 years old. This is my third downed economy, and the first two are recessions. This one's different than the last two. So when you're picking a plan B in an up economy, you want certainty because it's your name. In a downed economy, God forbid it's a primary income or your sole source of income is all these people are out of work. You better make sure it's worthy of your reputation. And I want to just transition now from the first question to the second question. That is, people say, Nu Skin, that's a hard comp plan. And yet, from what I've seen, that doesn't seem to be, because the people, the countless people I've met and seen that are doing well, they don't say that. Tell us a little bit about that.
Well, you know, again, perception becomes reality for all of us.
Right.
And what I perceive to be a hard compensation plan, very interesting that the industry has taken one of the premier brands, premier companies that we know today has created well over 650 millionaires.
Wow.
We've paid out over $7 billion in commission.
Wow, startups don't do that.
Yeah, they don't make it to $1 billion, let alone pay out $7 billion. So, you know, somebody says this is a difficult compensation plan at all, it comes down to perception. What do you perceive as being difficult? You know, I'm so tired. It's very frustrating in this industry that I'll go to a meeting of some sorts. I'm invited by someone to look at something. They spend 90% of the time talking about compensation.
Right.
You know, to me, look, if the product's real, the partnership's real, there's a viable model, we're bringing value to the marketplace. People really want what we have. There is going to be money made.
That's right.
The way that I look at compensation plans, this may be an interesting analogy for some of you, it's like the rules of the game. If you're going to play football and you want to score, then you actually don't take the ball and throw it into the audience. You know, you're not going to score doing that. There's some rules. They say, hey, look, you drive it 100 yards, you run it into the end zone, or you kick it through the uprights. These are the ways that you score.
Sure.
Nu Skin's no different. Nu Skin has what's called a compensation structure that says if you do X, Y, A, B, C, if you do these things, if you run it across the goal line, if you kick it through the uprights, you're going to score. And we've got more people scoring here than almost any other company that I've seen. Is the comp plan hard? Look, I'm a kid from the hood, and I've done pretty well.
You're a top field leader in the organization of Nu Skin. As the host of the annual event, as the guy running around the world building these franchises throughout the world. I mean, the thing about Nu Skin, it's in how many countries?
Well, we're officially today in 48 countries, official openings. We've had 2 soft openings in 2 other markets, so we're in 50 countries with a presence.
50 countries. So to me, that's unreal. So when you're really looking at the power of social media today, and the power of network marketing, and the power of helping people in a down economy, and the power of the science and the research gone behind these products, why is people saying there's no room for me?
Well, again, perception. Is there room for me? The company's too old, it's too big, compensation plan is too hard. It's just a way, I believe, Bill, a lot of our competitors, I don't even believe we have a lot of competitors, but a lot of the people out there in this network marketing space have looked at companies like Nu Skin and others of the billion-dollar circle, and there's only a few of them.
There's only 3.
There's
maybe 4.
There are a few of them, according to some recent information in direct selling news. They say there are 11 total that are DSA, direct sales companies or multi-levels.
Sure.
So there's very few. Out of 65, 70,000 companies, very few ever get there. And you know, if you're a startup, you can't build on certainty. You don't have an advisory board. You don't really have anything to build on. It
costs millions to open countries, number one.
Oh yeah. If you and I were doing that, and we look at these big companies on the block that actually dominate the industry, the majority of global sales are going through them. What are we doing? We're attacking them. We're going to spend most of our time. In fact, I heard one of our other companies out there, I hate even calling them competitors, was spending more time training compensation against Nu Skin, trying to educate people that this is a hard plan, this is the worst kind of plan to do. When we've got 900 to 1,100 people at any given month that are at the top of our commission structure making $500,000 a year or more.
Well, if you look at the power of the internet today and the power of social media and the network marketing industry, it's a global industry. And when you have a company, as you get in these merging countries, you have the opportunity to meet these people on social networking platforms. To me, that's a magical thing. I want to thank you for taking the time. This will only be the beginning of several of these videos that we'll be doing together. And I want to just thank everybody for taking the time. Kenton Worthington here in his home.
Thank you very much. I know that we could have said a lot more about those 3 questions, and I hope that some of the viewers, you guys will come back and hang out with us, spend some time to get those questions answered, just like anything. Get the facts, come find out, have fun with us, and see what we understand here. Thanks, Bill, for being here.
We'll see you soon. Bye-bye.
Take care.